From the John C. Hench Production Arts Studios in Peoria, Illinois, VideoMax Limited presents Midstate Magazine with your hosts, Kayla Neitz and Dawn McClure. News with Stephen Gothald and Danielle Kamsky. And the Midstate reporting team. Sports with Brent Drovalis. Jalen Cook is on the beat. Shane Z. Fryer takes us about town. Get real with Haley Fichter. Let's eat with Brandon Johnson. Jackie Myers is in the spotlight. Street Team with Ricky Hendon. Megan Casey about crew. And State of the Arts with Brooke James. And now, from America's friendliest city, Midstate Magazine. Take it away, kids.
Hello and welcome to Midstate Magazine. I'm Don McClure.
And I'm Kayla Neitz. Thank you for joining us tonight.
All right, so welcome back from being sick. You feeling better?
Thank you. I'm feeling much better. It was just a bad cold.
I think you passed it to me now because I have it.
I'm so sorry. Nothing I would ever want to pass on to anybody.
Right on. So what do we have going on today?
So I think one of the most major things that has happened lately is Illinois has now become the 15th state to legalize gay marriage.
Yes, and that's a big deal. We're making great strides towards that, and that goes right along with the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom. Because originally,
the 50th anniversary.
Exactly. Originally, it represented just racial equality, but now it's being tied in with sexual equality. And so, with the president behind it and everybody getting behind it, it makes great moves.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you feel about that?
I've never been one for, getting too involved in politics or anything like that, but I never saw a huge reason to keep gay marriage. Whether it's from a religious point of view, I've never seen a huge reason to keep it from being legal or illegal in terms of that. So, Right.
Well, at the end of the day, I think it's just really about people getting those equal rights to feel like they can get married or whatnot. And obviously, there's a lot of debate going on, but I'm just happy to say for my friends who are gay, they seem to be very happy, and so that was good to see.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. Well, this week Peoria has a lot of things going on as well.
Let's check in with the news team and see what they have in store for us.
Good evening, I'm Stephen Gothals.
And I'm Danielle Kamsky. Now let's take a look at the news.
A Peoria teenager is currently being held on a $150,000 bond after police say he shot a firearm just hours after attending Wednesday night's Don't Shoot call-in session. 17-year-old Martell Perkins went before a judge last Friday on charges of unlawful possession of a firearm by a street gang member and unlawful possession and use of a firearm. Peoria County State's Attorney Jerry Brady says Perkins ironically ignored the warnings at the Don't Shoot initiative, an effort to rid Peoria of gun violence.
The McLean County Firefighters Pancake Breakfast officially began last Sunday at the Hudson Fire Department and will continue to take place every Sunday in November from 7 a.m. until noon. Members of the Hudson Firefighter Association serve up the homemade pancake and sausage meal in support of the local fire department that is looking to upgrade its equipment and personal protective gear used by its crew members. After serving nearly 550 meals at the popular fundraiser, community members were given the opportunity to tour the facility and meet the volunteer firefighters who answer the call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
There's a group of people that work together to get the news to your TV every night.
Mariah Hart has the story.
If you're interested in news and media, here's a behind-the-scenes look at the various positions in local news station and CBS affiliate WMBD 31.
Come in every day, we have a meeting, usually during the week, and everybody pitches ideas. So we say, we look at what's going on that day, what happened overnight.
As a producer, you have to be very good at multitasking because it's your show, it's your baby, and so you need to know where your reporter and your photographers are at all times.
We want to keep people safe, especially during severe weather. That is our goal. We want to stay calm on air. We want to sound for calming the viewers because, it could potentially be a very dangerous situation.
It's an interesting job because you do something new every single day. You could go to a soccer match between two teams in the area, a volleyball match in the same day, football practices. It's really demanding, to be completely honest.
Any textbook you're going to find with weather information, the first paragraph or so is going to say somewhere in there that the weather is constantly changing. So you always have to keep redoing your forecast or keep re-updating your forecast to make sure that you're the most accurate that you can be.
People assume that it's a glamorous job, and it's really not. You really don't get paid a lot unless you're a big shot in a big market, which this isn't really a big market. Sometimes you have to get dirty, physically dirty. When there was all that flooding, I brought rain boots to work every day, and I got mud on myself. I've gotten carp fish scales in my hair.
Here, it's myself and the sports director, and that's it. That's who runs. We come up with our own content. We go and we shoot our own content, we produce it, and we anchor.
Always having your finger on the pulse of what's going on, be it politics and government, healthcare, crime and courts, all of those things. And while it may sound daunting because you have to do so much, this is a lifestyle. And when you make it your lifestyle, all the pieces fall into place. But you have to be committed and you have to be passionate about this job to make it work.
For Midstate Magazine,
right back here at 10, and don't forget we're always online. Good night.
Good night.
I'm Mariah Hart.
Thanks, Mariah. Now here's Brent with sports.
Thanks, Danielle. Last Tuesday, a Chicago high school junior verbally committed to the University of Illinois for basketball. Chicago Simeons DJ Williams made the commitment to the Illini. The 6'7" forward is considered to be one of the nation's top 50 players in the class of 2015. According to ESPN, Williams is rated 29th in his class. He is Illinois' first commitment from the class of 2015, and Williams is the third former Simeon player to commit to Illinois since Coach John Gross took over the team in March of 2012. The MVC preseason basketball poll results are out. Bradley men's basketball is projected to finish 5th this season, while ISU is expected to finish 7th. The poll is compiled from votes by MVC head coaches, beat writers, radio play-by-play personalities, and institutional communication directors. This year, Wichita State took the top spot with a unanimous vote. The poll has accurately predicted the league's regular season champ 13 out of 28 times since the 1985-86 season. That's it for sports. Back to you, Danielle.
Thanks, Brent. One Kansas jogger may have been inspired to run for a reason other than getting fit. Reports recently came into Topeka police identifying a naked jogger running in the Buff last Wednesday afternoon, who appeared to be under the influence of drugs. The offender was apprehended, cuffed, and later taken to the local hospital for treatment. As bizarre of a scenario as this may seem, Topeka Police Lieutenant Chuck Haggard made the statement that nudity on our streets isn't as uncommon as you might think.
You know, we were racing, and the reason why he got caught is because I won. So.
Well, congrats on the victory at least. Well, that's it for the news. I'm Brent Javalis.
I'm Stephen Gothals.
And I'm Dale Hayimski. Have a great night and join us next week.
All right, thank you, news team. And I wanted to give a shout out to WMBD because like working here at this station with you guys, you know, I also worked at WMBD, and we have other people who work at WEK, other news stations as well. And so they're correct. It's a very busy lifestyle, and we have to do a lot, you know, and so we split a lot of our time chasing stories and and getting down with the gritty, and behind the scenes, it's no easy task. How do you feel about that?
They don't always go as planned, right?
Right. I mean, we come in here, sometimes things don't quite work out.
Kind of scrambling.
Right.
You know, another thing, just even in like Hollywood and stuff like that, it's just not like, doesn't go as perfect or the way you want it to.
Right.
As they were filming Catching Fire, the new movie for the Hunger Games series. Jennifer Lawrence actually had to do a scene where she would plunge into the water, dive into the water like over and over again to try to get this shot, and she ended up puncturing her eardrum, and she has gone deaf for like 3 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I mean, of course, that is not something that they planned into the making of this movie.
I'm sure, yeah.
But she is good now. She's gotten her hearing back, but you know, just things don't always go as planned.
Talking about things that doesn't go as planned.
Exactly. So next we've got the audio. If you want to see Catching Fire, it's coming out on November 22nd. I, for one, am very excited.
Okay. Well, you know, like you were saying, we have a lot of things that's not unplanned, and we have audio coming up. So let's take a lot of people to make this show possible, right?
Let's take a peek behind the scenes with About Crew.
In the GCC, there are journalists, graphic design artists, animators, and then the Midstate crew. Let's see who's in the studio today. What does audio do?
Entails is to play the correct audio and play the correct and have everyone mic'd up correctly.
We definitely work as a team, I'd say. We get our calls and we'll make sure we point out what we're doing right, what we're doing wrong, make sure that we're flowing and make sure everything's working smoothly.
While they are working in the studio, they try to keep it a fun atmosphere.
I think one of the best ones has to do with what I just said about having a good time, where we looked up a bunch of random facts on the computer while we were doing a show one day, and in between each filming segment, we just talked over the loudspeaker and started spouting out these random facts, like a duck's quack does not echo or something really weird like that, and I don't know, it was just a lot of fun.
Audio is not an easy job to do, but they make it look easy. So keep up the good work, guys. That's all the time we have for today. Until next time, for Midstate Magazine, I'm Megan Casey with About Crew.
All right, thanks, Megan. So once again, a shout out to everybody working behind the scenes, and it's very important for young kids to know.
And I think they do a really good job, just for being so young and so inexperienced, stuff like that. Just like throwing themselves in there, having no idea what they're doing, just trying to figure it out, learning.
Right, and it's important that we encourage young kids as well who want to get involved in this, because we work very hard.
Absolutely.
To bring in different stories, but not only us stories here. I'm running in, you're running in.
Yeah.
They see us sitting here and looking calm and collected.
It doesn't always look like this.
Right.
2 seconds before the camera starts rolling.
Exactly.
Right?
You have the director who is constantly behind the scenes directing the show and trying to make sure everything flows, and you have our great cameraman out here trying to make sure they have the great shots and the audio, which is very hard to get through the microphones, and I don't think people know how many
components really go into just making it and making it look as well as it does.
Because it's very easy to get caught up in looking at just the boards, all the little slide fancy things that go on the switchboards or things like that. So definitely a shout out. Anything else going on in entertainment or music wise? We have
the CMAs. We just had that. I don't know if you watched that.
I do not, but I'm a little familiar right now.
Okay, so a couple awards.
But before we get into the CMAs, when we come right back, we can get into that. But also, I want to give a quick shout out to the Peoria pickup that's happening around town.
All right, great.
So we'll be right back after this short break.
Illinois River is one of our area's greatest. The Illinois River is one of our area's greatest resources, but it's facing problems. Throughout the years, water runoff has pulled soil down to the river, causing the sediment to build up, which is why today we see the river as being shallow. These effects are already hurting fish that require deep water habitats in order to survive, but you can help. Collecting rainwater in rain barrels helps prevent erosion, as well as planting prairie grasses in your lawn to keep soil in place as water drains. And picking up litter when you see it doesn't hurt either. For more information and ways to get involved, please visit www.bradley.edu/Center for STEM Education and click on River Action League.
Welcome back.
All right.
So in entertainment, like we were talking about, we just had the CMAs. I watched it for a little bit, and Blake Shelton and Miranda Lambert are kind of considered the power couple now.
Right.
They both won Best Female Voice, Best Male Voice. Then I think he won Album of the Year.
Wow, that's huge.
Florida Georgia Line is kind of upcoming. They came up really fast. I don't know if you've heard of anything of them, but they were just, maybe 2 years ago, I think at Belmont University, and all of a sudden they're headlining. I think that's like one of the fastest transitions to just being right at the bottom to right at the top.
Well, I am familiar with Blake just from the big show, The Voice.
Yes, that's a great show.
I think that really launched his career as well for people like me who was not that familiar in his background. So, and that's a huge show right now. So I think he's doing great things, and he seems like a great guy. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. So, but new movies always make every week better.
Yep. Let's check in with Haley and see what treat she has for this week.
Hi there. Welcome to Get Real. I'm your host, Haley Fichter. What happens at the end of your days? Do you walk into the light? Is there rest and peace or a job waiting for you? Getting employed is exactly what happens in the movie R.I.P.D.
You're lucky, Nick. you have skills that we want. So we're giving you a choice. You can take your chances.
The movie revolves around a recently slain cop, Nick Walker, played by Ryan Reynolds, who joins up with a team of undead police officers working for the Rest in Peace Department and tries to find the man who murdered him. Partnering up with an old veteran sheriff, Roy Pulfser, played by Jeff Bridges, they hunt down otherworldly beings to capture or destroy them. Actor Jeff Bridges talks about his and Reynolds' characters in this adventure comedy.
We've got Ryan Reynolds and myself. We're playing undead peace officers. Ryan is more of a modern cop. I'm, as you can kind of tell by my outfit here, I'm from the 1800s. I'm martial.
Roy shows off his old western skills in this captivating and comedic scene.
Let's learn you a few things about Old West fighting. First, only a novice hides in a church steeple. It's the first place I'm gonna look. Second place, hotel window every time.
I guess there's only one novice in their crew.
Sometimes the window guy is on the roof.
Thank you, Haley.
All in all, I give RIPD 3 out of 5 stars. I'm Haley Fichter, and stay away from the light.
Thank you, Haley.
All right.
All right, so recently I just heard this crazy story about a son who actually stole his dad's van to go buy cigarettes.
Right.
And the dad, trying to teach him a lesson, his son a lesson, kind of called the police to try to catch him in the act. And what happened was, well, the dad did not explain that he was just trying to teach his son a lesson. He just said, someone stole my van. And as the police went to go get him, one of the police officers actually shot the son.
Right, because he was like either speeding. It turned into like a high car chase or a high speed chase. And not knowing that it was just supposed to be a lesson, yes, they shot him.
Yes.
And the son died.
I can't even imagine how
that's unfortunate.
I would feel. Not that it was the dad's fault, of course. He was just trying to teach his son a lesson, but
I wouldn't blame the police because they acted as
they
how
should have in the situation if it were real, which it was to them, you know.
Exactly, and the dad should have explained, what was going on.
This is kind of like a prank. I'm trying to get my son to,
Right. But also we have in sports, Sam Richardson was recently got in some trouble with drinking and whatnot because. Basically, he was drinking and driving, and he's trying to sue the club. But he's from locally around here.
Oh, okay.
I believe he played on ISU's football team. So,
all right.
There's always a lot going on in sports. So,
hey Dan, how are you how good are you at trivia? I bet I know more than you this week.
Well, we'll just see about that. Let's take a look at Street Team.
All right.
Hey everybody, I'm Ricky Hennon here with Midstate Magazine, and this is the Street Team. The NBA season just got underway, so we're going to ask people a couple questions on what they know about the NBA. So let's get started. In what year was the actual basketball invented? Take a guess.
I have no idea. I have no idea either. Do you want to take a guess? I'm not even from here. I don't know.
Finally gonna stump this guy.
I have no idea. Is it like, I'm gonna say like 1920?
1892.
1892?
I was gonna say 1845.
1845. Actually invented a lot later than you think, in 1929.
Wow.
Yeah. Who was the all-time scoring leader in NBA history?
Michael Jordan. Tell me it's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Let's say Wilt Chamberlain.
I'm saying Lou Alcindor.
Ryan, who was the all-time scoring leader in NBA history? You said you're
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Oh man, he's on top of it. And who was the highest paid NBA athlete in 2013? Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Kevin Durant, or Dwayne Wade?
Dwayne Wade.
LeBron James. What was the second one?
It's Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Kevin Durant, and Dwayne Wade.
Kobe Bryant? Yeah, Kobe Bryant or LeBron.
Actually, no, it's Kevin Durant.
Definitely LBJ, man.
Kevin Durant.
Yeah? It's actually Kobe Bryant. Wow. And can you guess how much he's making this year?
A lot more than me.
So let's say you dunk a basketball. How would you celebrate that?
I don't know, do like a salsa.
I would, I don't know, probably buy some popcorn and throw it in the air or something like that.
LeBron James style?
Yeah. With popcorn, though.
With popcorn?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm not really sure, but I would definitely need a new pair of underpants because I would be so excited.
From Midstate Magazine, I'm Ricky Hendon. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.
Thank you, Street Team. Now, Dawn, be honest. How many of those did you get right?
Now you know all of them.
Yeah?
No, I'm kidding. I probably like guessed at a few or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
you know?
I wasn't anywhere near it. I'm not a big sports person, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Also, what's going on? We have right now.
You know, I just heard this really interesting story about this man named Huan Fing, and he actually sued his wife for $100,000. He successfully sued his wife for $100,000 because his children were, in his definition, ugly.
Okay.
And his argument in the case was that if you had not had an affair, you had to have had an affair, in other words, because I am not an ugly man and you are not an ugly woman, and so you must have had an affair with an ugly man to produce such ugly children.
Okay.
And what happened, the conclusion of the story was that she actually underwent a lot of plastic surgery to look like the woman that she is today, and he did not know her as the woman before the plastic surgery.
No, you know, I find that interesting because, I mean, I think people should have the right to know who they are marrying.
Well, sure.
You know, the real you, not the cut on. And
Right.
so, wow, it's interesting that he won. It's the first time I've ever heard something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of crazy. Yeah.
Right.
Well, Brooke always has some interesting things going on in her corner.
She always does. Let's check in to see what State of the Arts has this week.
Hello, and welcome to State of the Arts. I'm your host, Brooke Janes. Today in the studio, we have Christian Lyon. He's a singer and a student here at Bradley University. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing well myself. So you sing.
I sing.
What type of music do you sing?
I think mostly it'd be called folk rock, something like that.
Okay.
Indie rock. Yeah. Yeah.
And what are some artists or bands in that genre?
At least in the genre that I listen to a whole lot, I've been listening to Joni Mitchell a lot. That's older stuff. But Arcade Fire, which is probably my favorite band, and then Tame Impala and Damien Rice, Iron and Wine.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know Joni Mitchell because an artist on The Voice sang one of her songs
My
the other
mom
night.
told me that the other day.
It was good. I looked into her and she was
Yeah.
good. And you also play guitar.
I do.
How long have you been playing for?
Somebody asked me this yesterday, actually. I figured it out. It was something like 9 years, or close to 9 years now.
Wow. Okay,
Yeah.
and how old are you now?
I'm 21 now.
21. Okay, that's still a long time.
Yeah, almost half the life, I guess.
Yeah? What made you pick it up?
I think probably not really a good reason. I think I saw rock stars on TV and wanted to be one.
It's okay.
And quickly gave up on that, but yeah.
It's okay. You're doing your own thing.
Mm.
And you're gonna sing and write a song. Well, not write a song. You're gonna sing a song that you wrote.
I was planning on writing a song right here.
Oh,
no,
do as you please.
No, just kidding. I'm gonna play a song. I'm gonna play a song called Husk.
Oh, okay.
That I recently wrote.
Perfect. Have at it.
All right.
song you wrote.
Appreciate it.
Thank you for your performance, and thank you for watching. That's all the time we have for this week. For State of the Arts, I'm Brooke Janes.
Well, that was great. Thank you, Brooke, and thank you, Christian.
Yeah, that was awesome. I love that we find like local talent.
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
Know, there's so many things to be discovered out there. And that
It's
was a
nice
great
just
song.
for them to be recognized. You know, they have
Exactly.
this talent, and you know, sometimes they probably wonder like it's going to do anything, but it's nice for them to just get a little shout out.
Right, exactly, and that's what we like to do. Also, you know, got any plans this weekend?
I actually have a birthday coming up.
Oh,
so
nice.
I will be turning 19. So
Okay.
I actually, you know, I'm on this really strict diet where I don't eat anything I'm allergic to, which includes sugar and dairy.
Oh, okay.
So, but on my birthday, I'm letting myself cheat, and I'm going to have a piece of cake.
But you're allergic to it, so be careful.
Yeah, it's kind of like this weird thing. It's like I am allergic to it. It's not good for me because it just like does all sorts of crazy things, but I won't have my throat closing up or anything like that.
Oh, okay.
So it's not too bad.
I was like, I don't know.
I don't have like a peanut allergy and all of a sudden I'm going to eat a peanut or anything like that.
Gotcha.
That would be bad.
Okay, I was going to say, I don't know if that's quite worth it.
Right.
Yeah, this weekend is going to be busy. I'll be actually, after this, I'm going to hurry up and run and get my suitcase finished packing, and then I'm going to hit the road.
Where are you headed?
Central Michigan,
Okay.
I believe, yeah. So headed out there to kind of check out some speech and see what's going on.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah,
Okay, are you performing?
Yes, you know,
what
many
activity?
of the other things that we do besides hosting this great, you
Yes.
know, Midstate magazine, you know. So we'll be performing quite a few different things on topics.
Okay.
Kind of on like Jews is what I'll cover, on interracial relationships, and just the normal, you know, amount of things that everyday life that, you know, we try to give voice to people who can't speak for themselves.
So is that an informative topic that you do?
No, not informative,
Okay.
but we'll get to that next week. So
All right.
unfortunately, that's all the time we have this week from Midstate Magazine. I'm Don McClure.
And I'm Kayla Neitz. Have a great night and join us next week.